Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Now today I'm going to be looking at a band that my younger brother actually suggested to me. He actually suggested that I look at this track. The band I'm going to look at is a band called Windrose. Now as I understand it, a windrose is a graphic tool used by meteorologists to give them an idea of how wind speed and direction typically behave in a particular location. But Windrose the band, however, had to do a bit of research. I didn't really come across very much, unfortunately, quite hard to find. But what I found is Windrose is a power metal band from Italy, formed in 2009. The band gained notoriety in 2017 with the release of their third album, Stone Hymn, featuring the single To Erebor, Erebor being a place from Tolkien novel. And it scored millions of views on YouTube and Facebook. The main themes of the lyrics are inspired by the fantasy worlds of J.R.R. Tolkien, and in particular, their themes revolve around the dwarves of Tolkien fiction. The fictional race actually inspires their costumes as well as the look of the band. And Windrose are currently working on a fourth studio album, which will be released sometime this year. Now, I'm going to look at a track called Diggy Diggy Hole, which sounds incredibly silly, which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this. But I also found out that Diggy Diggy Hole was written by Yogscast and was published in YouTube in July 2014 and has over 32 million views. But I've never heard of it before, so this was done on a sort of little animated cartoon video, and the song Diggy Diggy Hole was the basis for it, so I'm very curious to see what this is actually like. And the fact that this metal band have covered a version of essentially a YouTuber creation is quite interesting to me. I do have the lyrics here. I'm not expecting there to be like a deep story to it. I'm expecting it to be quite silly, but we'll see. I'm very interested to see what this is going to be like, so I think we'll get to it. I'll put a link to the original video and the Yogscast video below as well. And yeah, let's see what happens.
Rejoice! Sing, sing, sing with me. Raise your big and raise your voice. Sing, sing, sing with me. Down and down into the deep. Who knows what we'll find beneath? Diamonds, rubies, gold and more, hidden in the mountain floor. Born underground, suffer from a deed of soul. Raised in the dark, the safety of our mountain home. Skin made of iron, still in our bones. To dig and dig makes us free. Come on, brother, sing with me. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Digging a hole.
This is brilliant. I love it. It's really silly, but it's brilliant. It's great. It's fantastic. I love the look of the band. You know, I mean, it said in what I was reading before that their look was inspired by the dwarves of Tolkien lore, and you can see that clearly in the video. There's just something really enjoyable and bouncy about this song. It's brilliant. I love it. Now the lyrics to the song, it goes, brothers of the mine rejoice, swing, swing, swing with me. Raise your pick and raise your voice, sing, sing, sing with me. Down, down into the deep, who knows what we'll find beneath. Diamond, rubies, gold and more, hidden in the mountain store. Born underground, suckled from a teat of stone, raised in the dark, the safety of our mountain home. Skin made of iron, still in our bone, to dig and dig makes us free. Come on, brothers, sing with me. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. What the hell? Digging a hole, diggy diggy hole, digging a hole. It's really quite a simple song, but it's also brilliantly written. It's basically highlighting the life of a dwarf, because they are well known to be miners and forgers of metal in the Tolkien lore. And it's just a great, fun little song. I love it. It's great. So funny. Let's carry on.
Will not reach this low. Dig, dig in the mine, never seen the blue moon glow. First one flies so high, feel a glass and down for me. Stop your bellies at the fear, stumble home and fall asleep, dreaming in a mountain deep. Born underground, grown inside a rocky womb. The earth is a cradle, the mountain shall become a tomb. Face us on the battlefield, you will meet your doom. We do not fear what lies beneath. We can never dig too deep. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, digging, digging hole, digging, digging hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, digging, digging hole, digging a hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, digging, digging hole, digging, digging hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, digging, digging hole, digging a hole.
That was immensely great fun. I loved every minute of it. I'm so glad that my younger brother suggested this to me. I mean, it was just so jovial, it's so bouncy, it was great fun, and it really sort of encapsulates the behaviour of dwarfs as they were written by Tolkien, you know, because they're always like eating them, like I said before, they're miners, they're blacksmiths, you know, and you know they're always drinking and stuff like that, you know. So it really encapsulated what their behaviour was like, and it was just such great fun. I loved every minute of it. Really good laugh. Now, I will say though, I haven't actually seen the original version of this, the one done by Yogscat. I haven't seen it because I didn't want to essentially spoil this for me. You know, I wanted to hear the song in this version. I wanted to hear, I wanted to hear this version of the song before I saw the original. So I didn't want to give myself any clues as to what the song was going to be like before I looked at it. But yeah, great fun. It says in the description that they are a power metal band. I personally would not have described this song as power metal. It was more sort of folk and more akin to Viking metal than anything else. But saying that, this is the only song of theirs I've heard, so their other stuff might be more power metal-esque, as it were. So I'm going to have to look at them again at some other time. Can't believe I've never heard of them before, but they sound like a great fun band. Now, the song carried on. The sunlight will not reach this low, deep in the mine. Never seen the blue moon glow. Dwarves won't fly so high. Fill a glass and down some mead. Stuff your bellies at the feast. Stumble home and fall asleep, dreaming in our mountain keep. Born underground, inside a rocky womb, grown inside a rocky womb, the earth is our cradle, the mountain shall become our tomb. Faces on the battlefield, you will meet your doom. We do not fear what lies beneath, we can never dig too deep. And then it goes back into that chorus, I am a dwarf, and I'm digging a hole, diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole. I am a dwarf, and I'm digging a hole, diggy diggy hole, digging a hole, and then it repeats the chorus again. Then it goes back into another pre-chorus saying, born underground, suckled from a teat of stone, raised in the dark, the safety of our mountain home, skin made of iron, steel in our bones, to dig and dig makes us free, come on brothers sing with me. And then again it repeats the chorus twice more. So, it's just a really great fun piece of music. I can't believe I've never even heard or seen the original before either, because this is the sort of thing that I really enjoy. I like silly stuff. I love these little animated things with songs on like YouTube, and I can't remember where things like Magical Trevor and stuff came from. I can't remember the name of the website that they used to be on, but I like things like that. But I also love these sort of high fantasy things like the Tolkien books and films and stuff like that. I think they're great fun. So yeah, I absolutely love that. It was so much fun. Can't believe I've never heard of them before. But that was brilliant, and I'm glad my brother suggested it to me, because that was so much fun. Just sort of, it's got so much energy, and it makes you feel really good. It's such a fun song, brilliant. But I'm going to leave that as that, because I can't really think of much else to say about it except for how much fun it was. If anybody would like to suggest a track for me to listen to, then please do so by all means. You can message me on my Facebook, my Instagram, or my Patreon. The links for those are listed below, or you can just leave a comment below as normal. Just know that it will take me a while to get around to it, since for every video I make I get suggested a dozen more, so my list grows really quickly and faster than I can record the video. But I do write down every single suggestion, so it will get done eventually. It will just take me a while to get around to it. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. They are a British-based charity whose main goal is to put an end to hate crimes, specifically those aimed at people of the alternative subculture. For example, people who listen to alternative music or wear alternative fashion. I mean, essentially, at the end of the day, they want to put an end to all hate crimes, but the main reason why the foundation was brought into being was because of hate crimes against people of the alternative culture. And it's something I think really needs a lot more focus brought to it. It needs more attention bringing to it, because every single day we hear in the news and on social media and stuff like that about all kinds of hate crimes. You hear racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, prejudice against disabled people, religious hatred, all this sort of thing. You hear about it every single day. But these people that are getting violently attacked and violently beaten for their taste in music is relatively unheard of in comparison. Excuse me. But it's a really important subject. It's a really important matter. Because these people are getting brutalised just because of their taste in music and just because of the clothes they wear. And it's utterly ridiculous. It's an abhorrent thing that's happening. And not enough is getting done to prevent it. The whole reason Sophie Lancaster Foundation was founded was because a young girl was beaten to death just because of the clothes that she was wearing and the music that she listened to. The people that attacked her didn't even know her. They attacked her and her boyfriend whilst they were walking home, minding their own business. They didn't do or say anything to provoke these youth. Her boyfriend thankfully survived the attack, but Sophie Lancaster herself, she was beaten so badly that she died from her injuries. And it should never come to that. I mean, just because someone likes different music doesn't give you a reason to attack someone. It's unbelievable. You don't attack someone because they like different TV shows to you. You don't attack someone because they like different movies or books or magazines. So why should you attack someone for their taste in music or the way that they dress? It is utterly ridiculous. They're not forcing you to listen to their music, so, what the hell? If you don't like the way someone's dressed, you don't look at them. It's really simple. They're in one direction out of an infinite number of other directions you can look in. You don't want to look at them? Look somewhere else. It's simple. But so many people take it upon themselves to attack these people just for being different or for having a different opinion, and it is absolutely ridiculous and it's unacceptable. And no one can offer any valid justification for doing it. They could sit and talk to me for hours on end about the reasons why they did it, but they would never be able to give me a valid reason. They would think it's valid in their own mind, but there is no good reason to beat someone to a pulp just because of the music they like. And it needs to stop, because, it's ridiculous. And this is the sort of thing the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is working towards. They want to stop this from happening. They don't want anybody else to have to go through what they went through. No one should ever have to go through that. Seeing their child beaten to death just for their taste in music. It shouldn't happen. So, like I said, I think it needs more attention bringing to it. We need to bring this to the forefront to stop this from happening again. So if you'd like to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there is a link to their website in the description below. You pop over there, find out what they're working on at the moment, find out what their goal is, because they can explain it a lot better than I can. And if you can help them in any way, even something as simple as like one of these Sophie wristbands, it's just £1 on the store, that would be fantastic. They've just released some new merchandise for Download Festival, which is coming up this weekend, I think. So, if you can help them in any way, it makes a huge difference. Every little bit makes a difference and, helps massively. And the more attention we can bring to this, the sooner we can stamp out prejudice, hatred and intolerance everywhere. But I'm going to leave that as it is for the time being. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.